The following is intended for mature audiences only. May contain strong language, crude humor, adult themes, and suggestive material.
Hey man, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I just got this phone call yesterday from my mom. My grandma died. And,
So sorry.
thanks, man. But yeah, and she was sobbing. She was really torn up about it, and it was different for me because I had like a really complicated relationship with my grandma. Like when I was a kid, my mom would work a ton, and so my grandma would take care of me. But she was like just a really strict, you know? And so like if I did anything wrong, like her punishment was like locking me in her closet, you know, and just kind of leaving me there. Like, and sometimes she would leave the house and like I wouldn't know like when she was coming back, and you know, that was tough, but yeah. So then once I was older, I would basically say I wouldn't go over there because I was allergic to her cats or whatever, but I never told my mom, you know, and so when I got that call, I wanted in that moment to tell her, but I didn't want to like ruin this like image she has of like her mom, you know, and so I just kind of didn't say anything. So.
Okay. You want to film today?
Yeah, man. No, I'm sorry. Totally. I think we could bang it out. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, let's get it done.
All right, cool.
All right. What's up, Prank Bros Nation? Welcome to Prank Bros. You guys requested it. We're delivering. Today we're gonna do my favorite thing: pantsing old people and then kissing them. Ready? Yeah! I got him! Yes! Yes! Now let's get some deposits in the prank bank. Prank, prank, prank! Stay tuned after for my other favorite segment, Roadkill Hot Potato with Strangers. Here we go. Stick fast. Prank Bros Nation, salute. Good?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jake Bradbury,
And I'm Will Blank.
and we are 20th Century Fox, a film collective that produced 16 short films, and for each film, we made a behind-the-scenes podcast. On today's podcast, we have actress Tracy Doring, and we have a lot to say on the world of YouTube, how they're expected to always be on and live such fun, wonderful, happy lives, but that can't always be the case. One of our more out-of-pocket shorts with a longer intro and a wonderful payoff with exceptional edits and flashy graphics. Hi, and welcome to 20th Century Fox with Delilah. Any of you lovers out there? No. We got Jake and Will and Tracy.
I'm Will.
I'm Tracy.
And today we're going to be doing No Country for Old Men.
Country for Old Men.
Which is one of my favorite titles.
Yeah, because it makes you look at this piece with the same gravitas that you would analyze the film No Country for Old Men.
But also because at the end of it, like, you don't want to be, you don't want to associate with prank bros. Like, and that's what's popular. So really, it's No Country for Old Men. Like, if you're older than, I don't know, 10.
14.
Yeah, 14. Then you're in a world where this type of content is not only accepted, but appreciated.
And was that the entry point for us? Like, do you remember how we came up with the idea?
Yes.
Go for it.
I came up with the idea for The Exorcist or Sunday Summons with Tracy because I wanted to comment on like sort of the downfall of content when it relates to YouTube. I just feel like these makeup tutorials and all this stuff is just such a, I don't know.
Careful.
Yeah, you're right. It's tough to watch sometimes, but when
Is it that it's disposable? Is it like what?
Yeah, it's disposable.
Vanity.
Yeah, it's a lot of vanity. It's I wanted to be absurdist with it because I saw the same stuff over and over and over.
That's
again.
what I was going to say. It's very repetitive.
Yeah, it was repetitive. They're all vlogging.
Hey guys.
Content. They all say, "Hey guys."
Hey guys.
They-
Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey
Hey,
guys.
what's up? Hey guys.
What's up, guys? Hey guys.
So talking to Will actually helped me figure out the idea because he said that Sunday Summons, or rather The Exorcist, was so well made that it didn't look like I was making fun of it. It looked like I was...
No, it definitely was making fun of it.
Yeah, but
it was just when you did the Rose Jam thing that I bumped.
I see. You basically made me think about it in a different way. You were like, okay, well, this stuff is, it could be seen. Other people could see this piece and be like, this is a great piece.
Yeah.
This is, oh my God, you used the conventions of YouTube and you made a really funny piece. When's the next episode?
You wanted to skewer it though.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
wanted to, yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk about an idea that was really close to my heart, which was, it's not real. Like, these people on YouTube are not your friends.
Right,
They
right,
have
right,
lives,
right.
but you never get to see those real lives.
Right.
And I wanted to see the contrast between...
Yeah, always being turned on.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
Between
And
them
having to
being real.
perform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
and
Especially
then
on really
being-
bad days. And like you expect
Right.
them to be happy all the time and
Right.
chipper and in your face and
And they have to
They
do
have
the
to be.
perform. They're
Have to.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, it seems a little hellish, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Like, if you were just an Instagram influencer or whatever, and you were forced to like engage with fans or whatever
Yeah.
all the time, it's like,
I think it would just be fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
I would be exhausted
you just
trying
never
to
get a
do that.
break. Yeah, you have to be straight up. You have to be an extrovert,
Yeah.
like extreme, for it to
Well, it's a
function, for you to
job.
function.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't think most people aren't anywhere near that, and so.
But
Yeah.
even then, you see these documentaries, or you see even the behind the scenes stuff when they're real or something, and
Yeah.
they're not doing well. Sometimes
Yeah, like they're depressed, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
They can't get outside, and it's true. Anything you do becomes a job after a while, and then you're known for that thing. And God forbid you were known for being a prank bro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
It's really like, what's the name of that really famous prank? It's Ethan Bradbury and the other guy. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, they do like really horrible pranks to people where they walk up and like touch them inappropriately or steal their
Yeah.
phone,
I
or
hate
like
watching those. It makes
or
me
they
so upset.
walk up and kind of like fake start a fight, and then the person that they're fake starting a fight with, the whole point is to get that person to literally punch them in the face and beat the shit out of them, so that they have and then after they do the horrible thing, they just go like, oh, it's a prank, like, and
Yeah.
it's like, dude, at a certain point it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the gross and weird thing is that it also doesn't matter to them, that they're just fine getting the shit kicked out of them because they know that they'll get 24 million views,
Yep, I was going to
which
say 'cause they
equals
get
money.
Yeah.
right.
And
It's
then
so
they just
creepy.
keep doing more and more extreme. Like the more outraged you are, it's still publicity.
Yeah.
So people are still watching it. If I'm like, oh, I can't believe they touched her, then
Yeah.
everybody's like, what'd they do? And you're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Then it just perpetuates that.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So you were looking at that. Actually, that was how I was really responding to too. Is it's so disgusting. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's
Yeah.
horrible, and so that was where the genesis was.
And
Right.
I love the contrast between him having this genuine moment where he's talking about this really messed up part of his life in a genuine way, about his grandmother locking him in a closet, not being able to tell his mother because she had such a good view of her and he had a bad view of her. And then you start to empathize with this character a little bit. You're like, oh man. And then to see that he's a prank bro, it's all kinds of conflict then. I mean, it makes you laugh, yes, because of the contrast. But then if you actually think about it, it's like, oh, how do I feel about this guy? He's like awful, but he's also going through a really sad sort of moment. I remember, how was it performing this?
It was we were trying to like ride a line with the story that I was telling, right? Because it couldn't just be like she molested me or something, because then we're like exploiting molestation for humor.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess in this case we like exploited neglect for humor, but it's maybe a little more palatable to me than if we had gone so far into that direction.
It would have been distracting.
Yeah, it would have been distracting and a little bit weird, and so we sort of hinted that, like, we hint that in the types of pranks he does, we hint that his psychology has been like super fucked up, like that he both feels a love and revulsion for his grandmother.
He wants to de-pants old people and kiss them, though. So it's like
he wants to humiliate them and make out with them.
Yes.
And so it's really
get back at his grandmother.
So it's really gross and weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting trying to come up with the story as a group, because also Brandon was here, and shout out to Brandon. And so we were all crafting it together and riding that line and not pushing it too far.
And then when you were doing like the prank part of it, we kept just shouting out any idea. We're like, just say this, just say this. And you would just say whatever we said back.
Yeah.
Prank is probably the favorite. I think
or the
we
prank
say that
bank,
all the time.
something like that.
Welcome to the prank bank.
Yeah. Got to make some deposits or something like that.
Make deposits in the prank bank.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was fun because I could just do whatever.
Literally anything. And the more weird and ridiculous and over the top, the better it was.
Yeah.
I remember you distinctly being a little hesitant.
I remember that
like,
too.
Come on, guys. Like, really,
we're like, no, be so
like,
annoying.
More. And you were like,
yeah.
I don't want to do. And and then you're like, prank. And it's like hilarious.
I don't think I'm big enough even. I think I could have been even bigger.
That's how I feel when I watch Sunday Summons too.
We were pushing you as hard as we could, but I remember you'd be like, prank, and then immediately drop it.
Because it felt weird.
And it feels like you're being so big, and then you watch it back and you're like,
it's like, no, it wasn't that big.
It's perfect.
So
with
much
explosions
energy
and music and like
the editing was so good.
Literally, it harkens back to Exorcist or Sunday Summons, where I was yelling energy.
We were
literally
hype.
Every
hard.
2 seconds. That's the other thing about YouTube. Like,
oh
my God, the energy expelled. To do
that amount of editing. Yeah. Or are you talking about performing or like cutting
both?
It?
Yeah,
both.
And sometimes it's like 20, 30-minute videos, and they're like that the whole time. I'm like, we can do a 3-minute one.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Well, we did multiple takes.
Yeah.
Right. So the first take was just too long. I think we were aiming for 1.5 minutes. Right. We were really trying to get it there.
Because I think the first one was like 2.5.
It was like 2.5.
That's how we want the whole thing to be.
Yeah, 2.5, and 2.5 was too long. We were just like, nobody will sit through that, and
there were takes where you would miss like being locked in the closet.
I'd miss parts of it.
Like they were like really, you had to hit that hard. You had to hit certain points throughout the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, because we didn't write this out. This was just like improvised basically with like waypoints in my head of like where what I needed to hit.
Phone call was one. Your grandmother taking care of you, but like putting you in the closet.
And we stripped out details too.
Right.
We were like, each take, we were like, okay, let's strip it down further. And I feel like we got to like a place with it where I don't really zone out when I watch it.
Yeah,
like,
it's a good point.
If you're looking at like all of the shorts, I feel like you know that we're gonna do something.
Yeah.
So we're not totally like jerking your chain or whatever. But you're like, why? Why is this going on for so long? Why is he talking? What is going to happen? And then, I love what you did with the explosion and the prank. You know, all the weird, the music, the like weird imagery that doesn't match.
Yeah,
it all like
the music at the beginning is so funny because it's just so.
So this is one that I actually cut initially and then gave it to Will because he had some very distinct ideas that I thought made it better. All the comments going around, and then the do assault. Like if you actually pause it and look at
read
all of
them.
It's great. They're pretty funny.
Who did those? Who did all of them?
So I did.
You wrote all of them.
I wrote all of them, and then like had to cut them out.
Yeah.
Right. And like do whatever. I screenshotted them and then like cut them out and put them on there. But you just went further with the edit and made it quicker and tighter than I did. letting it breathe. But
It was a collab.
it was a collab. It was a collab for sure. And then getting the music, the proper music. The unfortunate thing is I feel like I'm well suited to this kind of content because I've
Yeah.
just been making this kind of content in my day job.
Right.
So it just comes really naturally and easy to me. Which
Yeah,
sucks.
you had like a massive filter pack. You had
Right.
like so many different filters that you, for me to be able to work on it, we were just like struggling even getting me to work on it because you had to give me everything
yeah,
from
every
your like
filter, yeah.
filter library so that I could even do it. And we didn't even get them all. We
Right.
couldn't find some of them.
Right.
So basically, I had to do what I could on my end and then kick it back to you, and then you finished it.
Yeah,
So,
it's insanity. This was actually shot in 3 parts.
oh
if
yeah,
I
yeah,
recall.
right.
It was shot in once.
Because we had to do this shit in my neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 We had to do the prank stuff in the neighborhood, and the best part of that, when you de-pants Brandon, we got an audience of
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh, I was
this
thinking of
grandmother with her kids.
Yeah.
We're literally just
Just
sitting,
standing there, just watching,
standing, just watching the whole
watching me
thing.
pants this old man
Yeah.
over and over again. It
We
was
only did
super
it like
awkward.
twice because we had an audience and
It was
we were
just
like
too
feeling
awkward.
weird.
Yeah.
Brandon was feeling weird. We were feeling weird. But, but it was like, it was perfect, really, because that your whole reaction of being like running over to the camera and be like, oh, I got
I
him.
know, those were great.
Yeah. And the cameraman like reacts with you.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is like the perfect
Style.
prank style.
And then how did we come up with the pranks?
Uh,
We were like, how
remember.
weird can we make
Yeah.
it be with like that it fits with the story even a little bit?
yeah.
I mean, it just had to be like so fucked up and unethical,
Yeah.
right? Like it had to be like, yeah, throwing dead animals at people, and that was a pillowcase covered in sriracha sauce and ketchup.
Roadkill, hot potato. I think we came up with the names first.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
came
yeah.
up
And
with
then it was like, oh, what's like the worst thing? And it was like 3 things. It was like pantsing people.
any good thing getting thrown at you. I think we had
Yeah.
said
Yep.
they were like, "What's something we could find?" And we're like, "Roadkill."
Roadkill. And then shooting that on your iPhone.
Yeah, we shot it on the iPhone, which was really fun because I just was running around. But also, it's also weirdly embarrassing with my neighbors. You know?
Yeah.
As it should be,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
I definitely remember that you gave me a white shirt to like throw
Yeah.
the crap on, but you turned around the first time. You're like, "Oh, I wasn't recording."
Oh,
the
right.
very first take. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I remember
right.
that, and I was
Fuck.
like, "Okay."
I think I like hit the stop button while I was running or something.
Oh my god.
But that runaway shot of you
Yeah.
like still recording your face is amazing.
It's just so stupid.
It-
yeah.
perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. This one is
Was
really
this hard
good.
to edit? Was it hard for you to edit it?
No. Like I
You
said,
just had fun.
Just it's literally anything you want to do. Your favorite part is when I go overboard with the filters.
Oh yeah. When
And,
the
like,
filters start
literally-
taking over the
Yeah.
video.
Right, and literally
I
your
love
head
that.
your eyes are cut off because it's just like a double mirror version of your nose and the rest of your body.
For me, it speaks to the abstraction of like what a monster It's like this. That's like the visual representation of how distorted I am as a person.
I think I would have, if I had more time with it, would have pushed that even further, like to the point where it becomes so abstract that it just doesn't make any sense. That like you said, the abstraction takes over the whole piece. But I think it's enough that you hopefully get the idea that it's
Well, and also we had a different ending plan for this, right? Like I was supposed to it was supposed to cut back to me just sobbing.
yes,
On the
that's
couch.
right,
Oh, I don't remember
that's
that.
right.
And that it was such a good call that you just ended it right after I dropped out of character.
Yeah.
And I was back to, and then you're literally seeing me differently. You're saying, oh, that's the person I saw at the beginning. And then it makes you just like feel weird inside
Yeah.
trying to square the
Yeah,
story.
the
you heard.
sobbing was too much. I mean, even if it was authentic, it was too much. I think
Yeah.
just that moment of realism after this ridiculousness was a really, really good choice.
I think also you just like these people like do for reals exist as content creators on YouTube, people who just do whatever the fuck, don't care so long as he gets some attention. There's no moral compass, there's no anything, and it's like indicative of something.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm trying to
It's
aim
indicative
at.
of something.
But it's not real. It's like, and do I ever get to see the real person? Like, do I ever get to see the real prank bro?
Yeah.
Is he a monster, or is he just a like person that's doing this for money, you know, or like trying to do it for a living? And this is the thing that sells, you know. I don't know.
And
he was neglected a lot, and now he's doing a lot of things for attention too. So
Yep.
Yeah, that
His psychosis,
See,
man.
Yeah.
it
I think we built out a
layers.
good
Yeah.
psychology for this
Layers.
person. I
I
think
think
we
so,
did.
You know
too.
what? This actually lends itself to something that I tried to bring up before, which is the best pieces we have are the ones with really distinct characters. Like Constant Gardner, you get a sense of who that guy is. The Completionist, No Country for Old Men, you get a real strong sense of who the person is that is doing these things.
And did we touch on why you called it No Country for Old Men?
I think so, but No Country for Old Men to me means that, you know, you see prank. This is the content that's out there that's working on YouTube, and if you're over 15, you know, it's like it doesn't make sense to you. As I would never watch prank stuff for fun. Like, it just wouldn't be something that I watched. And you become an old man if you're over 15 looking at YouTube. So No Country for Old Men. But also, it's a prestigious film, and all of our films should be looked at with the same critical eye as people do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we covered that. I think we already talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
covered. Okay, we covered that.
But yeah, and the music choice is just the most ridiculous music I could find, and the sound explosions and stuff, you know, cha-ching, that kind of stuff, just annoying. Make it as annoying as possible.
But it needs to be, because you need that energy and that attention throughout the whole thing. If you're on YouTube, it's all about being in your face, so you don't look away or get bored or.
The thing about this is that it's actually so well edited that it's better edited than most videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, if the point of YouTube is to retain
If
your
you
attention,
do say so yourself.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
if it
Yeah,
with help
a
from
lot
you,
about the
of course.
editing.
You know, it's just, I mean, it does retain your attention as soon as it switches over into the prank wars thing. But I love how long the initial.
Yeah, like it's indulgent. It's indulgent.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you just be like, what the fuck is going to happen?
Yeah. How about acting wise? Getting stuff thrown at you. Which one was this in all of them?
What?
Like, was this your second one or third one?
No, it
Do you
was
remember?
further down.
It was further down.
Yeah, I think we were kind of deciding who was going to do what, like who was going to be the old person, who was going to get stuff thrown at them, and it was, I was like, I'm gonna get stuff thrown at me.
Did we have to go buy an old person wig?
I believe so,
I believe
yeah.
we did.
Do you know where that is?
And then we got fake blood, but the sriracha worked better.
Yeah. Red is more red.
Mm-hmm.
More bloody. So ridiculous.
I remember, I think we went to the store, and then we came back, and you were like in the dirt, and you're like, I got it.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
right.
okay.
We went to the store to
Yeah.
get blood. And a wig? Yeah. And we picked up both, but you were like playing around. And your hands, I remember your hands were covered in sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
Dirt. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really disgusting. It was all on my
Yeah.
fingernails and
Yeah.
stuff.
But you were so proud of
Right.
how it looked. So proud.
Yeah.
It
did. It looked great.
Works. Yeah, it looks good on
Yeah.
camera. You recognize it's like some sort of this
Dead
bloody dead
thing.
animal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself being really proud of the props that we get. I don't know, that it's like the fun part of it. It's a really fun part of it.
What was the other ones that you liked the props on?
Oh, when I got the police badge.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's great.
great. You know, I don't know, just
The clown
finding that
wig.
stuff. Yeah, the clown wig.
The clown wig was perfect.
Clown nose. Yeah. Party store just down the street. Always go there.
Always, yeah. That's kind of where we go. That's our go-to for the props.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, gotten a lot of stuff there.
Party store. Party store. It's called. Yeah. So this one was No Country for Old Men, and it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Mine
it's
too.
fun. It's unique. It's unique.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
so
Thanks for listening.
don't forget to smash that.
Don't forget, smash that like
subscribe,
button.
Like,
Double tap
subscribe,
to like.
Mm-hmm.
subscribe. Today's brought to you by Audible.
Oh yeah, right. That would be it. Is it?
Audible. Yeah, I feel like they
They
always
gotta
advertise
Yeah,
Audible.
sure.
They pay for it. Yeah, they pay for it. Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
it.
Later.
Cool.